talking about chakra systems and beliefs.
Yeah, we want to talk about the dynamics of chakra systems because basically, and many of you have heard this from us before, but and some of you haven't. We say that your chakra system are lenses. They're lenses of beliefs. They're lenses of beliefs that you hold about the different energies that are present, excuse us, in each of the chakras. Yes, thank you. We often will start from the dynamic of the crown chakra, because we used to like to say in a more simplistic explanation of the dynamic that you are beings that are receiving the dynamics of energy of creation on a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week basis. And that energy of the divine is coming down through your crown chakra, down through your third eye chakra, down into your throat chakra, down into your heart chakra, down into and meeting in your solar plexus chakra with the energy of earth, with the energy of nature, with the energy of the physical coming up through your base chakra into your second chakra, meeting in your solar plexus chakra. And all of the beliefs and all of the judgments that you have gathered in your life exist in each one of those chakras, and they meet in your solar plexus chakra, beaming outward into your physical reality, affecting the dynamics of your sphere of influence within your reality. And so you create what you believe. Now, part of the exercise is to identify some of the things that might hold you back. So we'll go through some of them right now that you might want to take on for yourself. If you have a few that you want to add, you do that. But remember, 5 positive and 5 negative.
Mhm.
And we suggest to you that it's going to be a lot easier to find the negatives than it is going to be to find the positives. All right. So, crown chakra is all about the divine, isn't it? It's what's the color? Some people say it's amethyst in color, but some say it's almost a diamond bright white light energy. And in this dynamic, in this chakra, are held all your beliefs about the divine. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in the wrathful God? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in Jehovah? Do you believe in Buddha? Do you believe in a dynamic of religion that is outside of you? Or do you believe that this crown chakra is directly connected to your heart chakra? The goal is to clear the negative beliefs as much as possible, but in order to clear them, you must define them. You must bring them to consciousness. Yes, Adrian.
So here's a question of, is a belief in God a negative belief, a positive belief?
Well, that you're going to have to decide that, aren't you? That sounds like the basis of a really good discussion.
My
So
God's
this will
bigger
keep
than
everybody coming back next week.
my God's bigger than your God. Yeah,
Well,
that one, it's
I'm holier than you are. I'm better than you are. Better than, less than, better than, less than. Okay. But that's not so much in that one, is it? That's more located in your pineal gland, your third eye chakra. And what is it, Adrienne, that the pineal gland,
No, it's the inner realms,
the inner realms,
non-physical, other dimensions.
your connection with the divine? So you might want to have this connected directly to your heart center as well. Just something to think about. Are
Hmm.
you afraid of ghosts? Are you afraid of, well, but many people are. It's not you, it's the dynamics of how you believe, you're all metaphysicians to a certain extent. And so you have to realize that your pineal glands are not calcified. There's so many people that are out there in what we call the NPCs, or the second level are psychics, and they're just as bad as the NPCs sometimes.
Hmm.
And then there's the third level of consciousness, which are pneumatics, and that's you guys, generally speaking, or you're bouncing back and forth between psychics and pneumatics as you achieve more and more mastery in your lives. And yeah, even you, Natalie, even you, even you. All right. So, next one's the important one, isn't it? The throat chakra. Putting things into word. Pay attention to the words you use. Pay attention to the words that you use, you know, especially about things that irritate you.
Sure. So too, to respond to what you're saying, I kind of get where you're going with that, and I'm sure all the others here put in it too, like the idea that we trash ourselves sometimes, right? And a lot of circles here on Earth, people are starting to wake up to the fact that positive self-talk is so important. Thanks, Adi. Right? Positive self-talk is so important because it informs our view
It's
of ourselves, right?
there is that dynamic of self-talk, but it's much more important the dynamics of what you actually put into word.
Okay.
Because word is a very important part of manifestation. Like if you always describe yourself or your work situation as being sick and tired, then don't be surprised if you're always sick and tired.
Right. So you're saying that if the throat chakra is part of a creative, literally creative tool, then we use that when we speak something, it has more power than when we think something.
Actually, right. Actually, right. It's a very big part of manifestation. All right. I love gets a much better response than I hate. And so it's a matter of being able to take a moment and maybe not respond with a knee-jerk response. Maybe just wait and take a beat before you respond to someone or to some things. All right. There's a whole lot of back talk going on here.
It's not back talk, it's conversation about using word to bring things into existence from Ms. Pawnee.
Well, but that's exactly right. That's the whole dynamic that's so important. Thought, word, and feeling. We have often said if you line those three things up and you begin to do something along those lines, you'll have almost instant manifestation.
Hand raised.
Ah,
Yes.
Tony, go ahead.
Um, is a lot of people don't understand that, like you said, or like I said, we speak it into existence. It is very powerful, and people don't understand how powerful that is. We can put it into water, drink of water, put your power into
Well,
there
see,
and
that's
drink it. it has so many. It, it's infinite of what it can do.
It's
And like
true.
crystals in your water. Shell and I have talked about crystals in the water, and you can speak to the crystals, speak to the water as they're in there. You know, has anybody tried that? I
Oh,
just,
and the channel and Adrian live in a place that's in the middle of granite, and granite is interspersed with crystal. There are all little pieces of quartz, all little pieces of crystal. So the water that comes through this house is phenomenal water. If you ever come
oh,
here, if
absolutely.
you ever come here, it's
Hmm.
almost magical in its level of refreshment. And so that is a prime example of that dynamic. And we would say, you know, water is a very powerful thing. If you want to really read about and understand about the power of water and it being able to do things, the guy's name that discovered it was Dr. Emoto. And
Hmm. Yeah.
just look it up on the internet. It is very, very relevant in the dynamics of creation, but most people forget it. It's
Oh,
like how often do you allow it to be your personal ritual? You see, that's the thing. Do you allow it to be a part of your personal ritual, your personal
right.
daily communication? Do you have to go inside in order to communicate with the divine, with that source? No, you don't.
Hmm.
You don't have to go inside. You can do it through your actions, and your actions and your personal rituals will become so much more powerful
Hmm.
as you repeat them. Now, we realize that so much of your lives get in the way, you know, so much of but how many of you have now already aligned yourselves with a new way of doing and being that frees you up?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Jennifer. Jennifer has.
Does
And
that also cross over to vibration as
yes,
well?
yes, absolutely. Well, it's that
Okay.
whole dynamic of there's a sympathetic resonance. We love that word,
Hmm.
those words. There's that whole dynamic of sympathetic resonance, attuning yourself in a perfect harmony of energy. It doesn't have to be the same energy, it just needs to be harmonious. Moving on down, next we have the dynamic of heart chakra. Now, we're not talking about heart center. Heart center, where your source of the divine is located, and heart chakra are two different things. The heart chakra is the lens of belief that you have around love, around the definition of love, around loss,
Mm.
around hurt, around deception, around truth, around justice. For and it's all there in the heart chakra. And you wonder why there is so much heart disease in your countries. Because all of this is the dynamic. And so, you know, identify for yourself what are your negative beliefs around love? What are your positive beliefs around loss? Ooh,
Mm.
let's turn that one around, right? But there's all of this stuff, very complex in the heart chakra. Now, the next chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is also the dynamic of the source of your projector. It's where your beliefs and your judgments beam out into the world and create your reflection of reality. And solar plexus chakra is all about beliefs and judgments. So, all of the beliefs and judgments that you hold within all of the other chakras, and we've only done the above at this
Mm.
point, are beaming out through this lens into your reality. So, if you realize that the dynamics of the reflections of your reality are reflecting your beliefs, then you will begin to understand how, maybe not why, but how you're creating your reality. Now let's add the physical ones. Let's add the whole dynamic when we're going to skip the second chakra, the creative chakra, the sexual chakra, and we're going to move down to the base chakra. And the whole dynamic ultimately is within the base chakra. Do you feel safe in your world? Ooh, big martyred sigh, Joe. Do you feel safe in your world? And depending on how safe you feel in your world, signifies how bright a red your base chakra will be. It's about, it's about changing those beliefs and creating a reality for yourself that is safe and secure. Now we move up to the second chakra, which is the sexual chakra, and we don't have to go into any of the beliefs that any of you hold around sex and sexuality, and that includes that's connected with your heart chakra, is also connected with your solar plexus chakra, is a dynamic of belief within your second chakra that pretty much colors the mm, experiences that you allow yourself in your reality. So not only is it the source of creation, it is also a source of
Shame.
shame. Shame. And if it was up to us, we would have you all be walking around naked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get over it. Get over that shame shit. It's ridiculous.
So I've heard it said, and you even repeated it once, that there is a type of or a secondary heart chakra embedded or part of the second chakra, which leads to some of the confusion in the beliefs
There
about
is.
sex and
Oh,
love.
absolutely. But they see that comes from the crap that you have been taught about it all those years. They're located in various different chakras, dependent upon the dynamic of what the flavor of the belief that you have has been imposed upon you, because these aren't just voluntary beliefs that you're holding. These beliefs have been imposed upon you by your world, by your religions, by your belief in your certain types of belief in the divine, by the dynamics of your own limitations are from your own limitations.
The belief in our own limitations is from our own limitations, but they originally came from somewhere else.
Generally,
But as soon as we hold on to them and don't
they're
question,
yours.
right. So it doesn't matter
If
that,
you don't question the dynamics, and that's all we're trying to do right now, is getting you to examine the dynamics that you hold, so that we're afraid we've lost Shell. We almost saw her eyes roll up into the back of her head. So we're sorry for giving you more work to do, and it's good for you. All right, all right. So you see, that's the whole dynamic. It's you go down the second chakra and you find shame. That could easily be one of the beliefs and one of the dynamics that you wish to get rid of. And we're going to have a good discussion next week on that dynamic. So it's already, we're not going to leave you hanging,
Okay, no, that's good. So,
okay? Because this is an opportunity to have a catharsis of these dynamics. And there is that opportunity here for each and every one of you. Right. We've certainly given you all a great deal to think about, and, we appreciate you participating in this little experiment, because this dynamic will become the new birth of your real self. Because what we're really talking about here is healing. And then we get into the nasty stuff, which is forgiveness. All right, just to tell you what's in store. All right, all right. We love you all so very, very much. And so until the next time we close, sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy.